orators. Best moments from yesterday.
Oh, Joe Biden?
Yeah.
At the ATF. No, yesterday was the ethanol.
Okay, so was this the day before?
With
the hunting
with the
story.
AFTs.
The hunting story, he freaking loves that
He
thing.
sure does.
He loves the Ange story from the train depot. You know,
Oh, yeah.
the Amtrak story with Ange or Angie. Angelo was the name of the guy.
Yeah.
He's been dead like 55 years, but
The Joey baby.
Joey, baby, you know how many miles you've gone? I bet you all train conductors keep track of their passengers' mileage. I bet they do. You're going to be disgusted with it.
Joe Biden.
Yeah, I know it's Joe Biden.
He rides that stupid train every day.
I know. Yes. And I'm sure they focused on nothing
idea.
but Joe Biden's mileage. I bet they did.
I got an idea.
Anyway, yesterday, because of, or the day before, because it's anti-gun week, I guess, and we just had the shooting in New York at the subway. Interesting how that always seems to coincide with their latest gun control effort.
Isn't it, though?
It either happens right before or right after, but it happened right before this time. And here he is talking about hunting.
And I know it's controversial, but I got it done once. Ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines.
Pause it for a second. All right. Ban assault weapons and high-capacity
magazines.
What part of shall not be infringed don't you understand?
Yeah, but the founders couldn't have envisioned.
Well, I don't even know
Yeah.
if this clip has him saying it or not again, but he did his canon thing again, too. He loves that.
Yeah, we shared that yesterday.
And I don't think this clip has it. This
No, I
is
don't
his
think so.
hunting
This
story
is
of
something
the
else.
creek bed.
This is one of the other stories that he just loves. Let's hear it.
I was getting criticized when I first passed this law when I was a senator.
Right.
And guess what?
What?
I was down in southern Delaware, do a lot of hunting and fishing down there.
Okay.
Do
I
ya?
was walking up one of the creek beds.
One of the creek
And
beds.
the guy standing there said, "You want to take my gun?" I said, "No, I'll take your gun." He said, "Well, you're telling me I can't have more than X number of bullets in my gun." And I said, "What do you think? The deer you're hunting or wear Kevlar vests? What the hell you need 20 bullets for? You must be a hell of a terrible shot." I'm serious. Think about it.
You think about
Think
it.
about the mass shootings.
Okay.
Oh.
What does that have to do with
Okay.
anything? It's just, oh my gosh, that's agonizing. Do you think the deer have Kevlar vests? Is that what
And correct me if I'm wrong, Pat. And you know the Constitution and the Bill of Rights way better than I do. Does the Second Amendment have anything to do with hunting?
No, not one thing. No, it has nothing. Now, you can't apply it to hunting, but it's not about that.
Okay,
so
'cause I was just-
that's why the deer Kevlar vest thing makes zero sense.
I think if I saw a deer in a Kevlar vest, I'd want to take a selfie with it or something. That's like,
Rather than
wow.
kill it?
Yeah, rather than kill it. I'd be like, that's kind of fun. And he tried to talk about, and the other story that he loves that you point out, Pat, is the cannon story. You couldn't own a cannon. You couldn't
Which, of course, you can.
And people
Good.
love to say that the founding fathers couldn't have imagined the guns we had today.
Right.
I want to remind everyone, as we're talking about guns again, Joseph Belton, he was trying to demonstrate to Congress he wanted them to buy for the Revolutionary War this new gun that he had invented, which could fire off as many as 16 consecutive shots in as little as 20 seconds. It was a repeating rifle. So the founding fathers, they were well aware of this capability of guns back then.
Yeah. And they knew things were going to change. They knew it.
Hello.
And yet they still put in there, the right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
Huh.
Okay, wow, that's interesting.
Right. You know that they knew things were going to change with guns and
they did.
technology. I mean, these guys
They knew it.
were such forward thinkers. But no, when it came to guns, they couldn't have seen that.
And again, the original intent for the Second Amendment was to have an armed citizenry that could defend themselves against oppression and tyranny.
Huh.
That's the actual point of it, because that's what they were dealing with. And it's kind of a deterrent when a citizenry is armed to the teeth and the government or some occupying force that comes in and tries to oppress those citizens are going to have a darn tough time doing it when they're armed. You just can't control them. when they're armed, which is why every single time when a tyrant comes into power, they try to take the guns.
weapons.
And that's exactly what they did in Germany. It's what they did in the Soviet Union. It's what they do when they mean to oppress you.
It's what they've done to the black population in this country back 100 years ago.
Right.
Or less than that, actually. Going back to the 60s even.
And it's what they tried to do in New Orleans
Yeah.
after
that footage forever.
after the hurricane. I mean, how many times have we played that?
Oh, my gosh.
Many, where they just came in, confiscated guns, and that was it. Sorry. And most of those people never saw them again. They didn't get them back. I'm sorry, that's unconstitutional.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Going house to house.
Amazing.
Today in New Orleans, they got
Well,
a
just
lot
pulls it
tougher
up.
on the holdouts.
Police department, anyone home?
Not only the flooded areas, but New Orleans' driest and wealthiest neighborhoods, too.
Oh,
Police department!
The police and National Guard going street by street, house to house.
Yeah. Why? Doing
We need
what?
to make sure too that whenever we knock on the doors, people refuse to leave. We need to make note, call it in.
Refuse to leave their
They
houses.
say there are no orders to use force, just strong persuasion. Sometimes entering open houses with guns drawn,
Yeah, look at that.
and instructions to disarm anyone inside.
I'm sorry. No.
Right? I'm in my home. I don't care what. Does the Constitution have the Katrina clause?
Yeah.
Maybe I don't
yes.
know about
Yes, it does.
No.
the COVID clause, the Katrina clause.
That could have gotten really ugly.
Yes, it
I'm
could have.
glad it didn't, but it really could have. You could have had people taking a stand and saying, nope, you're not taking my guns. Absolutely not. And when you come in here armed, you're going to meet some resistance. Wow.
I know. It got also, well, I'll say better, but not really better.
Oh, no.
During the AFT speech and presentation, as he was, he introduced the new head of the AFT. What's his name?
According to Joe Biden, it's Diddleback.
Lukenbach.
Lukenbach.
Lukenbach,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's yeah, there you go.
So he got up there and started speaking, thanking everyone, and then you'll see what happens
All right.
after that.
I also want to thank my incredible, supportive, and often patient family who are here. My wonderful wife, Carol, and my children, Allie and David. Please.
Please what?
Stand up.
Oh.
He's 16 years old. I'm going to draft him.
Oh, my
Wait,
gosh.
what?
What a bizarre, what a bizarre
I mean, maybe the kid is
thing
an
to say.
athlete. You know, maybe he is. I don't know. Maybe he is.
No, he's talking about militarily. He's 16 years old. I want to
Get ready for war, y'all. And by the way, does he
He's
not?
16 years old. I'm going to draft him.
And that's not even until you're 18. So back off, Joe.
That's why I
unless you have
think that
plans.
maybe the kid's an athlete. You know, it's possible. I don't know, but it's just like, how about you let the guy do his little acceptance speech?
Yeah,
for
and
the
keep your mouth
AFT and
shut.
Shut up.
Yeah.
In such an awkward, forget
So
what he
awkward.
is saying, just an awkward moment where he shoves his ugly face right there in front of the camera. I mean,
Yeah.
look, it's weird, man. Ugh.
And to create that doubt in your mind that is he talking
Right.
about
What's he talking
a
about?
military draft and bringing that back? We're in the middle of, crises in Europe, and you're going to bring that up right now when everybody's nervous about it anyway.